guys, this is Sandra8675. I hope you're all doing really well today. And so today we are going to be doing a video on the dream head and if it's worth it or not compared to the system free head we get when we first join SL. And I'm also going to be talking about the free Legacy TMP Classic Body they're giving away at the shops. And yeah, so we're going to be discussing that and some of the details of that situation. And I did want to make a note here that I did just find out today that on Marketplace and the Dream Store, they did start charging 99 lindens for the Dream Head. However, at Free Dove, it is still free. So if you want the free Dream Head, as of today, right now, the Dream Head is still available for no charge at all at Free Dove. So that's where you have to go. And I do feel a need to answer this one question that may come up. And it's, do I feel that the Dream Head is worth 99 lindens? Because that's what it's being charged for on Marketplace and the Dream Store. And the answer to that would be, I don't think so. I would rather put my money towards, you know, a more established brand like, you know, I don't know, Genesis Lab, Genesis Project, Catwa, what have you. Even AK Heads has sales every so often. I would rather put my 100 lindens towards one of those. And I will be doing more in-depth type videos on those brands also. So anyway, enough talk about this. Let's go ahead and get into my review of the Dream Head and Legacy Free TMP Classic Body. This is my alt, Meredith, and she is wearing the Dream Head and Free Legacy Classic TMP Body. So this right here, what you're looking at, including the clothes, the hair, the body, the head, the face light, everything you see is free. So it just shows you can make a decent looking alt for 0 linden. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of the details of the head is what we're going to start off with here. So let's go ahead and zoom in on the head. And I am going to be removing her hair just so that we could, you know, kind of see what's going on a little bit better. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. So what I plan on doing is I'm just going to kind of go through what she's wearing on her head and her body, and I'm going to kind of go backwards. I'm going to be removing things off of her head. So let me go ahead and turn off her AO to start off with, just so that she is not moving. All right, this is a Teddy AO, the Lucky Girl one, by the way. It's one of my favorite ones that don't cost anything. And like I said, it's from Teddy, and they've had it for free for a while so far. And as far as bento movement, I think it's one of the better ones. I am aware that they do have other bento AOs for free on MP. However, they are by brands that I wouldn't put as high as Teddy. And the movement on this particular AO is really smooth, so that's why I use it. All right, even though everybody on SL probably has this AO by now. All right. Let me go ahead and just like scoot her around here. And if you're wondering where I'm at, by the way, I'm in my closet of my house. I just wanted a really simple background so that we could kind of see what's going on. All right, So like I said, I'm going to remove her hair. I know her hair covers a pretty large amount of her face. Okay, so she's wearing luminescence hair, which is really beautiful. I got it from a event, and unfortunately I can't remember the exact event I got it from. I want to say that hair was either from the Access event or the Second Life birthday for the 17th birthday event. So, sorry, I can't remember which event it was, but it was one of those two. Okay, so here we have the head without any hair. There we go. All right, so as we look closer at the head, we're going to start to see a few flaws within the design, which is to be expected under the circumstances because it's, you know, a mesh head and it doesn't cost anything. So let's go ahead and take a look here closer. Okay, so one of the main things she has on here that's covering a large part of her face is her freckles. Now, as far as her freckles go, I did get those from skiing, if I could find those here. Yeah, and it was from the skincare event here from 2020. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those. It's my personal belief that any type of flaws on the face, I call them flaws, I'm using that word loosely, but any type of tattoos, freckles, cuts, you know, anything at all like that, it's going to make the face have more definition and make it more interesting to look at, in my personal opinion. So that's why I like things like that. I do have some carved tattoos that I like adding to her face, but I know a lot of people don't like those, and it does cover up a large part of her face. So we're just sticking with this for right now. Oh my goodness, it's going to be hard to film this with all the planes flying over my head. I live very close to an airport. I know I've mentioned it before in past videos, but it's very hard to film for that reason, that the planes just constantly fly over. Okay, so anyway, let's see here. Let's go ahead and just start off with some of the makeup. Okay, so right here, I have on some Izzy's Valentine Gloss I got from MP for free. So let's go ahead and remove that. And yeah, she is wearing a tattoo. We're going to skip that for right now. Let's see. Okay, now something I did want to say is, as far as her skin and her shape for her body and face. Now, she is wearing the Natasha shape from LAQ. That shape came with the LAQ Camille skin. Okay, both of those were free gifts from LAQ. And any type of high quality skin is going to make this head look a lot better. And I do label this skin from LAQ to be high quality. It's one of my favorite ones. You can tell that around her mouth area that the skin does not look perfect around her mouth, okay? It's a give and take type thing. That's something I chose to live with under the circumstances because I like the skin so much. I didn't have to put lip gloss on her. I think her lips look fine, you know, like that. They're real pretty and detailed. That's a skin detail. But yeah, and let me see, what else can we talk about here? Okay, so her nose. This is something that I definitely noticed right away when using this head. Her nose is pixelated and shows a fair amount. She moved a little bit. Okay, there we go. Her nose shows a little bit more pixelation than I prefer. But again, it's a free head, so, you know, I chose to deal with it. Her skin, her nose pixelation is slightly better than the system nose pixelation. But, you know, that's what it looks like there. And that's pretty much as good as it's going to get. the good skin does help, you know, the nose and the details of her face look better. But, you know, again, I myself keep looking at the lips. I know that the skin isn't surrounding the lip area very well. We could see pixelation there. Some of the pixelation around the mouth will get better depending upon what type of face light you use. Here, let me show you this really quick. This is the HUD to the face light that I use right now. It's a free one from MP Marketplace. And when you make the HUD open, you have choices to override things: lights, color, brightness, radius. Okay, you could control where the lights are located, like if they're located in front of the nose, under the chin, the side of the face, overhead, underhead, you know, whatever. So you could control that. And right now I have the light on her face, pretty harsh. For the brightness, I actually have it on normal. That's pretty bright for filming. On a normal day that I'm not filming, I'll have it on dim. Let me show you what that looks like. See, it gets quite a bit darker, but as you notice, the shadows under her chin and around her mouth are softened. The harsher the light is, it's going to start showing the flaws in the skin and how it might not blend very well around the mouth. So it's just one of those things you have to play with. Okay, there's no right and wrong, and it depends on the atmosphere you're in and the skin you're using and how you make the face, and there's so many variables. So you just have to kind of mess around with it to find what is comfortable for you. And let me see really quick what color light. So I can't remember what color light I chose to use. Usually, let me see. Oh, no, pink is way too pink. Okay, usually I use a pink hue or a white hue on lighter skin. Yeah, I'm using the white right now. So white is really harsh as far as light goes. It's always better, in my opinion, to use a little bit of color, but the HUD only lets you control the color to a certain extent. And sometimes it's a little bit too harsh. Again, it's something you just have to play with. And some HUDs for certain type of lights you have a lot more control over, because again, this one's free. So, all right. And let me back up just a little bit from her face. I might be a little bit close. There we go. We'll keep it like that. Okay, what else are we having here? Okay, so we have some lashes. These are called Kimberly lashes, and they are system lashes, so meaning they are for the system heads. Okay, so I just happened to find that they did fit this head. So let me see here. Yeah, here they are here. All right, they're just called Kimberly lashes. I got them from MP. And as far as the shape of her face, the skin kind of predetermines the shape her face has to be, because I used the LAQ skin and the LAQ shape. So that determines like how far apart her eyes can be set, her mouth, her nose, different things. You kind of have to just roll with the punches when you're using a skin like this on a face and a body that it's really not meant for. It is boom compatible. It obviously it's on her body, but I do feel like her eyes are set a little bit too far apart, and you could tell her lashes don't fit her eyes perfectly. You'll just have to take my word for it. I did as good as I could. This is as good as it's going to get with this particular skin and shape that I'm using and the lashes I'm using. It's, you know, because I messed around with this stuff a long time. And this is as good as I could get it. If somebody else could get it better, more power to you. And as you could tell right here, this is something worth mentioning. I know you could see it. under her lash there. Yeah, under right there. You can tell her eye is kind of bleeding through underneath the lash line. Okay, that it has something to do with the preset shape that I'm using from LAQ and the preset shape of the head itself, which I can't control because the head does come with a shape, although we could alter the shape. It does have kind of like a preset shape that the designer made. So possibly if I stretched the head out a little bit, that would go away. Again, it's just something you kind of have to mess around with. And for some reason, the other eye is not doing that. I don't know. It's just one of those interesting phenomenons that we will never understand, I guess. But anyway, and oh, before I forget, she is wearing euphoric eyes. Let me see, where are those? Yeah, right here. These are the free euphoric eyes you could get from the store. They're called Hypnotic Poison. They're, group gifts. I believe that they're still available. They might change them out every so often, but Euphoric always has really nice free eyes you could get. So that's what she's wearing there. And the ears are the ears that came with the head itself. Okay, so that's what we got. Let me give you a side view here. All right. So, I mean, it's not a bad head. I mean, it's, especially the side view, I don't think is bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at her neck area here. All right, so for her neck area, let me turn the camera down a little bit. There we go. For her neck area, we have a choker from Sinful. Let me see where that is at. Here we go. All right, so that's a free choker from Sinful. Actually, it's a really nice choker. You have a couple choices of words to put on there. Right now, she's wearing PYT, but they have about 5 or 6 choices of words to put on there. And then it comes with a full fat pack of colors. So I really like it. It's cool and it's free. So, and all you have to do is join the group for Sinful for that. All right, let me take that off. Okay, so here it's clear why I had that choker on. Because with this particular head, it does not come with a neck fix. So what you're looking at is as good as it's going to get. It doesn't fit perfectly, meaning the neck for the head does not fit perfectly to the neck part of the body. It's just it's not possible. And you could tell that in the back of the head there, the line isn't kind of lined up. So the only thing that's going to fix that is a choker of some kind. You could go with thick choker, narrow one, whichever one you feel comfortable with, but that's as good as it's going to get. And certain times the way she moves her head up and down, it's not doing it right now, but there's going to be a spacing, meaning there's no skin at all on her neck. So you're going to see all the way from the front of her, all the way through her and behind her. Let me remove this group tag she's wearing because that's going to bug me. Okay, there we go. Okay, but anyway, so that's why she had a choker on. Okay, and there's also a little bit of, color variation there for whatever reason, even though her head is boom and her body is boom and it's the same skin, for some reason there's a color variation going on there. So, and just in case anybody's interested, the necklace she's wearing right here is from the Stay at Home group for Second Life. It's free. It's from Secrets. And I want to say it's still on there. I really like this necklace a lot, but we're going to remove it. And here. I kept the tattoo on her head on purpose because to remind myself to make a note of this in the video. The tattoo she's wearing is boom compatible, but I did want to say that because she is wearing a classic legacy TMP body from the shops, and again, it's the free one, this body can wear legacy applier tattoos. So if you see any type of tattoo in Second Life that is applied with a legacy applier, this body can wear that. Let me make a note here. Let me move this. All right, so this is the HUD over here to the far left of the screen for her body. I just want to make a note here on how to remove a legacy applier tattoo, because I had a big conversation about this with some people online and nobody really knew how to do it. I had to kind of mess around with this HUD and figure it out. So this is the HUD for the body, and what you want to do is you want to go to the Style tab, open that up. Okay, and you want to hit the little hearts, okay? And then towards the bottom of this window for style, you see the little eraser? You hover over that, and then you see some choices. You see tattoos and special fix. Okay, you want to hit tattoos. That will erase any legacy tattoo that is on the body. Okay, this is new for people that might not have had a legacy body before. Myself, I've always had my Maitreya, so it took me forever to figure this out. So I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe the legacy bodies have a similar system where this is how you remove tattoos, but I did not know that. All right, so that's the way you remove a legacy body tattoo if you choose to wear one. And let me see here. Let's go ahead. And I think we've covered everything with the head itself. Let's go ahead and talk about the body a little bit here. All right, I'll back up. Okay, so here's the body here, and she is wearing a Boom meaning system shirt and a Boom system pair of shorts. Okay, so that's why these are going to fit her perfect. All right, because they're for the system bodies, they're Boom compatible. Let me see if I could show the back of her here. Ah, lost her. There we go. All right, so you can see it fits her perfect. If you could find system clothing and you know, or Boom compatible stuff for clothing, that's going to work out great. If you cannot, I find them difficult to find if you're trying to stay within the free realm. It's hard to find good free stuff. I don't remember where the shirt came from, but I do remember the shorts themselves came from the Stay at Home Second Life website. So those are still on there to my knowledge. And if you look on there, you know, you could still get them to this date, I believe. For this particular body, even though it's a legacy classic body, the TMP clothing and shoes are going to fit better. That's going to be your best bet. Those are the shoes that are going to fit this body flawlessly, besides the system clothing, which she has on now. So the question sometimes comes up in other videos, and I've heard people talking, does this body fit into legacy clothing? Yes, the answer is yes, it does. But the legacy clothing does not fit this body perfect. It just does not. This body is meant for TMP clothing. Every now and then you will see TMP clothing for sale on Marketplace, or you could even get some TMP clothing if you're lucky from events and things. That's what you want if you could get it. Let me see, what else was I going to say? Oh, and let's go to the feet here. Okay, Now this is a note I've made in several of my videos, but she does fit into any size shoe if it's a boot. Okay, the boots don't matter what size shoe it is, what body it's meant for. These are meant for Maitreya. Okay, and there's no problem fitting her in these. Look, they're perfect. The reason why these shoes fit her perfect are because I removed her foot. Okay, so there's no problem fitting boots. Boots are going to be your best bet. If you find any great free boots, go for it. It's going to be great with this body. I happen to love boots, so it's not a problem for me. But I did remove her, you know, her foot to make those look good. And I've also even had thigh highs on her before in the past. And those fit fine also because, you know, you got the alpha head here. As you could see, I removed her feet, but, you know, you could remove all the way up from the thigh up. See, you know, it breaks into little parts. You could remove all that, put it back, whichever. And again, it's not going to be a perfect fit. These happen to fit her perfect because they're short as far as the boots go. The higher up on the thigh it gets, you might run into some problems with the alpha head not working perfectly to, you know, show all of the boot or show all of the skin, or you might be missing some skin, whichever. It's free, so you just kind of have to, you know, go with whatever works, go with what you feel comfortable with. That's the thing about this body. It's not easy, and it takes work to get it to look good. It's not an easy process. It's a labor of love, and you have to hang in there with it. Some people want an easy, quick fix, things that are easy to work with. This system is not one that's easy to work with, in my opinion. I would not recommend this particular system for a new person. If I was new on SL and trying to do this with the free aviator, yes, it's great to have a free body and a free head, but it would have driven me crazy. It would have been so confusing for me. Especially when you don't understand how to 100% use the alpha heads, and trying to find the clothing and not understanding where to locate it and how and the different brands. I would not have been able to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about her hands for a moment. So right here, I didn't put that on very perfect at all. Let me try to fix that really quick here. Let me see. Okay, so for her hands, she is wearing the Legacy nails. Okay, she can wear nails as long as they're for Legacy, and these are Stunner nails. Stunner nails has about 3 different styles available on their gift board that are free right now, and they come with little heads where you can change the colors. So really cool. I really like them. There's some other stores, I believe, that have a couple styles of free nails that fit for Legacy also. And, you know, so I like it. And I happen to think these nails look really good on her. So, and, okay, this is a note I wanted to make about her hand. Okay, now, when you use different skins for different reasons, a lot of times you will get white tips on the fingers, okay? When you get the white tips on the fingers, that just means that the skin isn't covering the fingers and the toes possibly correctly. So there is something you could get. Let me see. I think it's on here. Yeah. There we go. Okay. It's right here. It's called Izzy's Boom Hands and Toes Fix. that is on Marketplace for free. It does not cost anything, and it's basically a folder full of different colors of skins. You match the skin as well as you can to the skin you're wearing, and it blends the fingers into the skin as well as possible. These finger and toe fixes, it's actually a fix that starts at the fingertips, and it actually goes to about the wrist area. And on the feet, it would start at the toes, and it would go as high as the ankle. It fits kind of like a sock. And it just basically blends the color. Now, on this particular skin that Meredith is wearing, the finger fix did work. However, the toe fix did not. It made her feet look worse. So I had to live with her toes not having skin completely covering her toes. It just looks like she has some white toes. And, you know, when you're dealing with free stuff, you just have to make decisions about, you know, what you're willing to live with and what you're not. And that's something I chose to just live with. I still would stick heels on her and have her toes showing and not care about it because, again, it's, you know, when you're trying to make a free AVI, you just cannot be that picky about it. Okay, you guys, we have come to the end of our video, and thank you for hanging in there with me. I tried to give a fair assessment of the things we were using, like the head and the body. And I will say that the head, as far as it being better than the system head, I don't think it's necessarily better than the system head you get for free from SL. I just think it's different. So it's up to the individual, you know, what they prefer. I myself used a system head for a very long time after joining SL. I want to say close to 7 months. I did end up getting the Maitreya body, but I did stick with the system head for a very long time. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with the system head. Once you start adding makeup to it, skins, hair, it's going to look a lot better. So, you know. But if you can get the Dream Head for free at FreeDove as of today, then I would go ahead and do that. You know, because it is worth it if it's free, if you want to test it out. And as far as what I feel the Dream Head should cost, I was thinking about this earlier, and you know, I really do feel that the Dream Head should probably be somewhere around 25 lindens if they want to charge something for it. Because the thing is that sometimes the AK heads go on sale, and all you have to do is pay 100 lindens to join the group, and then the head is something like 1 linden. So you're spending the same amount of money on an AK head, which is a premium head, if they're on sale. So that is what I feel would be the better value. Otherwise, I would use a system head, and I wouldn't think twice about it. Except if you could go to FreeDove and get the free Dream Head, that would be fine too. I would approve of that. All right, and as far as the Legacy body here, the Classic Legacy TMP body, I think it's a great body for free. It comes with a full alpha HUD to use. I would choose this body over the E-body. I can do a video on the E-body, but the free E-body does not come with any type of HUD at all, which does create a problem when you're trying to get clothes to fit. It's very, very difficult to get clothes to fit. Even with the Alpha HUD, with this particular free Legacy Classic TMP body, it's still difficult to get clothing to fit, you know, at times. And there's many pieces of clothing I do throw away, delete, whatever you want to call it, because I cannot get the clothing to fit and to look right. So, you know, it just depends upon what you like better. I happen to really like the shape and the look of the E-bodies, both the E Curvy and the E Natural, I believe it's called. but they don't come with a HUD, so it's so difficult. But with the e-body, the feet do fit into slink shoes, so you could have shoes like crazy all over the place if you choose to get the e-body. But simply because the Alpha HUD is so detailed with this particular free body, I would always choose this one over the e-body. And I did want to make a last comment I forgot to make in this video already, but as far as rings go for the hands, I've been having a really hard time finding legacy rings that are free to fit on this particular body. However, I did find that a lot of times at events and things, Vista rings will fit onto the hands of this body. It's not a perfect fit, but that is the only one that will actually work the best. I've tried Maitreya and Beliza and a bunch of them on this body, and for some reason Vista fits best. So that's something to consider. You know, again, it's personal preference and whatever flaws you're kind of willing to overlook. I don't have the rings on her now, but they're a little bit big and a little bit loose. But again, if it doesn't bother you, it definitely doesn't bother me enough to not wear them. And so, you know, that's what I choose to do. It's just when you make something free like this, have fun with it, do what you can with it, and see how far you could push it and how well you can make it look. If you have any ideas on videos you want to see, please write them down in the comment section below. And please like, share, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you like at the end of the video. And please stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye.